Hey there, and welcome to APB Reloaded. This is my current favourite waste of time. Whenever I'm not doing something else and I have time to burn, I just nip on here for a spot of bad guy shooting. So, as you can probably tell if you're acquainted with APB, I'm actually a criminal, but dressed as police because, you know, if you can't beat them, join them, right? So, I was watching a few videos on YouTube and I found a video on how to make money quickly as a criminal, and it was about ram raiding, and I disagree with it in pretty much every way. So I thought what I would do is I would do my own ram raiding tutorial, I guess, on how I do things. So the first thing that you'll need is, well, I say need, you don't necessarily need, but it's sometimes preferable, is to have a low population server. This is not a low population server, this is a sort of half populated server. There's about 30 something people here. In fact, I can check right now. I have 30 enforcers and 37 criminals, so not exactly an unpopulated server, considering the most you can have on a server at one time is 45 of each. So yeah, not exactly unpopulated, but sometimes that can work in your favour. I mean, if you're ram raiding in the middle of the day, a mid-range server is probably what you're looking for. You'll also need a van. This is, I suppose, a van, but this is not what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using this van, my Domino's pizza delivery truck, because I deliver. You see, I can be clever like that. So anyway, this is basically the only vehicle you ever want for ram raiding. This is a standard version. It has no upgrade slots. You can put in a cargo expander, which will allow you to carry an extra 3 slots worth. In the top right hand corner you can see there's a 0/25 underneath the steering wheel there, and that's how much stuff you can put into your van. Now, there are 3 kinds of items. There are small items, medium items, and big items. Small items require no space in your vehicle. They are on your person. In fact, if I get out right here, you can see somewhere... Okay, you can't see, but underneath where my gun is, if I was carrying something, there would be a little 1 there. And you can carry 50 small items at any one time. You can put 25 medium items into your van, which are basically 2 slots. Each medium item is 2 slots, and if you're carrying it when you're outside of the van, like if I was out of the van and I had a 2-slot item, I would be moving slightly slower. I'd probably be moving about this kind of speed, maybe slightly slower, whereas when I'm unburdened I can sprint like this. And then of course there are large items which will slow you down immensely. In fact, can I walk? Yeah, it would be even slower than this. Not a lot slower, but a little bit slower. And those are the largest items, which use up 5 of these slots when you put them into your van. So you can only put 5 of them in. So 5 times 5, obviously 25. So you want to stick to... Well, you don't want to be going for the big items, and I'll tell you why. Because they slow you down and they take up so much space in your van. Really what you're only going for is the medium and small size items. The reason why is because not only do they not slow you down as much when you're loading up your van, so you can get away quicker, but also because there are more of them when you smash into things to get your stuff out. In fact, you'll see that in a minute. That, in fact, over there, right there, is a ram raiding target. So I will be ram raiding that in a moment. You want the medium and small items because they are faster, and because actually overall you can have 2 medium items for every 1 large item you can have, and the large item gives you, I think it's 70, no, the medium item gives you 75, and the large item gives you 125, I think, which means that if you do the math there, 2 of the medium items will give you 150, so actually you get 25 more on medium items than you do on 1 large item, plus 1 extra slot. So overall you'll get far more for your money by going for only medium items. Now then, right, I had to change servers there because while I would love to show you what filthy stealing pricks enforcers are, that's not really the point of this video. So, let's get back to it. I'm just going to grab everything we can, shove that in here, all the small items, ignore the big item over there, get in the car please, and continue onwards. This is probably not the smartest place to be ram raiding. There are smarter places to be doing it, but this will do for now. Nothing in there. Let's go down. No, let's take this window first. Basically you get an idea of which windows are smashable and which ones aren't, also because the indicator lights up, but not having much luck here. Interesting. What? And I fucking hate pedestrians, seriously. I seriously hate them. Anyway, let's go down this alleyway. There's one here. We got anything there? Yep, we got some cameras. Good. Let's grab the cameras. And that's 6 already. Yeah, 6 from that one, and 8 including the 2 from the previous. As you can see, that would only have been one large item, well, 1.5, but you can't have halves obviously. Nothing on the floor there. Go away. Right, pedestrians are forever getting in your way and they're very irritating. There we go, we've got a small item and a briefcase. There's one across the way as well. Let's go for that one. Of course, the whole time you're doing this, an enforcer can come along and witness you and steal all of your hard work. Not that this has been much hard work, or taken very long, mind you, but it can get very frustrating if they witness you at the last moment. There are also a few other annoying tricks they can do in order to witness you whenever they feel like it. But this is not a video to go into moaning about enforcers, because I can moan about enforcers all day long if I want to, but I'm not going to. Just going to go ahead and fill this up. What the fuck was that? Someone's blowing shit up around here. I guess there might be a mission going on or something. Either way, let's continue. Alright, there's a small item and a medium item. How are we doing for stuff? We've got 18 out of 25, so we can fit in a few more items. So let's smash this. There's another briefcase there. There we go. That's 20. So we need 2 more items, or 3 at maximum, because of course you can carry still one in your hand as well. Let's see, is there anywhere to smash down here? I don't think there actually is. It's probably a bad turn. Shit. Could do without that. Alright. Any more places to ram raid? Not here. I think there might be one around here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So let's go over here. Oh, that was awful. In we go, and smash. And of course, as we've been weighing our van down with items, it is actually getting slower and slower as we go. Did I pick that up? Yes, I did. You can see there I have 17 small items. It shows on the right, rather on the left-hand side from my in-van items. And hopefully, I'll get a couple of medium items from this. Okay, we've got 1, and that'll do. Basically, once you've got a full van, you want to go back, and also you want either a cargo expander 1 or 3. A cargo expander 2 is basically worthless. A 1 gives you +1 and a 2 gives you +2, and I think, is it +4 or +3? I think it's +3 for a +3, so I mean that sounds obvious, but it isn't necessarily. So yeah, you only want a 1 or a 3, because frankly a 2 will give you up to 27, and 27 is pretty much useless as there are no 1s, so you may as well have 26 or 28. There's no reason to go anywhere in between. Now once you've got a full van, the first thing you want to do is heal your van up, because frankly if someone smashes into you and your entire load blows up, not only will you be annoyed that you've got to go pick it up, but other criminals could steal it, or enforcers could steal it, and that would just be annoying because it's wasted all of your time. Now there are fences here which you need to sell your stuff to. Now Chiro is the best fence in the waterfront district, so that's why we're coming to him, and I'm going to go run over the top of my thing here, and as the way I've actually no, I don't want to be here first. That was a mistake. So I've handed in a whole bunch of small items right there, and that was a mistake. So as you can see in my top left, I have only notoriety 2. Now what you want to do is drive around. This is probably better doing actually with an empty van because it's quicker, but it works with a full van as well. Just drive along the pavements, running people down indiscriminately, and laughing at the ragdoll physics. Haha, you ragdoll like a bitch. There we go. Let's back up this way. Are there any pedestrians around? Sometimes there will be a distinct lack of pedestrians, which is a massive pain in the arse actually, or sometimes it is anyway. You can only get up to notoriety 4 when you're killing pedestrians or smashing stuff up, and that's where you want to be at, notoriety 4, because that will give you 1.5 times the amount of money that you turn in. So I got like 200 from that, and that was at one time, so I would have gotten about 300 rather than, oops, I mean I would have gotten like, well, I got 400 in there, so I would have had what, 500, maybe 550, rather than the 468 I have right now. But yeah, that's small change. It's just a very small error, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, there's some more criminals. This is actually a fairly low population district, as you can see right here. There's 10 enforcers and 17 criminals, so it's not the lowest it could be, but it's fairly low and it's good enough for me. So let's go and heal the van up, because I really shouldn't have smashed into that wall. There we go. And then we're going to go back down here. Now fences, there are a few you can hand into. Chiro down here is the best in the waterfront, because you can, what's going on there? Okay, that's an enforcer. Because you can just back onto him, and you don't have to move anywhere when you're handing in, whoa, fucking hell, steady on mate, when you're handing in your stuff. That's generally the best way to do it. Of course, it also means that he's the most well known, so if there are a lot of people around, like as you can see right here, those people just dropped off a whole bunch of stuff as well. So I'm going to go ahead and go up like this, and I'm going to go over the top, and then and not screw it up the second time, and then turn around, and then you just stand here and tap the use button. As you can see in the bottom left, it quickly unloads all of your delivery, and these are $75 each, and the large items would be 125, I think, or 120, and the small items are, I think, 50 each, something like that. Maybe they're less than that. It might be 15 actually. I can't remember. Either way, that is how you do ram raiding. After you've done that, you can continue ram raiding, but frankly I find it best to cash out after every van load, mainly because getting notoriety 4 is not that difficult, and if you're witnessed after you've gotten a couple of van loads, then you're going to be really annoyed. So you want to drive up here, and you can actually just step out of your van, and somewhere around here, there we go, there's actually a laundry. Even though the laundry is supposed to be down there, there is one on the bridge, so really you don't ever need to go down there unless you happen to be on that side of the wall. So I'm going to show you a couple of other half-decent fences. So Chiro is obviously the best one for speed, but if you're ram raiding in a high population server, because they're all full, you want to be going to a slightly more secretive one. So I'm actually right in the middle of the two that I don't particularly, well, the ones I particularly want to go to. So the first one is Brittany Bloodrose. She's one of the, I'd say, second best to deliver to in Waterfront. In Financial District it's a little bit different, and I'll do another ram raiding session in there to show you the same thing over there, but in fact I won't bother doing another ram raiding session. I'll just show you where the fences are that are good in there. But yeah, Chiro is the best one here. Brittany is up here in, oops, no, I don't want to go into a mission, damn it. Okay, right, good. So if I look at the map, she's in the top right hand corner right here, you can see. So Brittany is good because when you get here, you can then reverse your van all the way up these steps right to the top here, and then when you get out, you only have to kick in this door and grab the things out your boot, and then Brittany is right here and she'll take the item about here. So you only have to run that amount of distance, and it's fairly well camouflaged, because of course we're in the very top of the map here. You can see we are right here, and there's all of this stuff right here, and this guy right here, as you can see, has got exactly the same idea that I do. So yeah, it's not often I see people here actually, but yeah, he obviously knows what he's doing, even though he's a bronze threat level. Would you please go up the thing and get out of the way? Are you going? Right, whatever. Okay, so that's Brittany. And there's a very similar thing with Terry Kwan down there. She's the other one that you really want to go to. There are other ones that you can use. I mean, Harmon Benjamin is rubbish. Don't ever use Harmon Benjamin. Byron Bloodrose I don't think is very good. I'm going to swing by him on the way there in case I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Byron is awful as well. Byron, where are you? Oh yeah, actually Byron's not too bad. The issue is that he's right next to a car spawner and this mall right here. So if you're unloading shit, basically you've got to pull your van up to either this door or this one right here, and that's a really bad place to be. So he's not very good. There are a couple of fences here that I actually don't have unlocked because of course I'm not all that high level. I've been playing this for a fair while, but I don't have everyone unlocked yet. Tyrant Senna over there is half decent. I'll be showing him on the way. He's actually where I started from, but you wouldn't have seen that because I wasn't recording at the time. So yeah, he's right behind this police station though, so again a little bit dodgy. He is right here inside Ghazi Freight here, which means basically you can pull up inside here, and this is probably another good stealth one I suppose. But again, you're right near to where there's going to be people going in and out, and if you're parked in front of this door here like this, I mean, it's a pain in the arse, and it's still quite a long walk from your van to him, and as you can hear there are gunshots going on, so really this is not the ideal place to be offloading. Right, Lilith Bloodrose and Seyoung Bloodrose up there, don't even think about it, it's completely stupid. You have to go all the way up those stairs, you can only park at there, so it's not worth it. I'm pretty sure there's another guy around here somewhere, but I don't know where he is, so I don't know if he's good or not. But Terry Kwan down here, she's the starting contact for Waterfront, so she's probably one of the better ones as well. It's very similar to Brittany in regards of how you drop off. Oh, in fact, that guy can show you. That is exactly where you go. So I'm going to come up here. I'm probably going to shit them up because I'm dressed as a cop, but whatever. Hey guys. Nah, they're not fooled for a second. But yeah, this is Terry right here, and yeah, you can see it's not a very long walk to drop these things off. And they were carrying large items there, so obviously they haven't seen my video because I'm still making it. So yeah, that's the people. So you see Terry is down here and Brittany is up there, so you've got one either end, and then Chiro is fairly near the middle. So he's the main guy. If you can't get him, Tyron I suppose is okay, and Terry and Brittany are the backups. Byron, Jeyoung, and however the hell you spell his name or pronounce his name, and Lilith, useless. Harmon Benjamin, absolutely useless. So that's the Waterfront district. Those are the ones you go for there. Okay, and now I'm in Waterfront with my Trotters Independent Trading Corporation van. New York, Paris, Peckham. Of course, modelled on the Only Fools and Horses van, and looks quite good if I do say so myself. Anyway, this is Grayson Fell right here, and he is basically your #1 contact if you want to be offloading in financial. Now, you want to stand pretty much around here and you can unload stuff. I don't have anything in my van right now, but if I had a full van right now, I'd just be tapping the button like that and offloading my stuff. And he is basically exactly the same as Chiro for the Waterfront district, and he will take everything immediately. You don't have to move anywhere. So he's your best fence right here. I obviously haven't unlocked him yet, as his name isn't showing up. But in fact, I'm not going to use this to get around. It's a lot quicker to use my other car. So I'm going to go ahead and change to Herbie. Yeah, I have Herbie because I'm sad like that. Anyway, so where do you want to be? Oh, there's no. That was awesome. Anyway, so really, you actually get really. Whatever. I don't care. I wonder if he's going to witness me for this. No, he's just been a dickhead troll. Anyway, going back for my car now. So, that's how you deal with trolls, just ignore them. Anyway, let's see. Now, what I've seen some people suggest, love this car by the way, so agile. Not very fast, but it's averagely fast, but yeah, it could be better. Now, most people who do these kinds of videos suggest Veronica Lee, and she is absolutely the last person I would ever go and fence things to, and I will show you why. It's not that she's a bad fence per se, it's just where she is. If we go down here, we'll pretty much end up on top of her, and that's not a position I would like to be in. Now, what you can do is bring your van up here, and I think you might just be able to back it up, like up to the doors here, without flipping your car over. That would be nice. But that actually is further away than the other position you could go into. Oh, fuck it. This is quicker. The other position you can get into, which is over here, you can bring your van right up to the bollard right there. Wow, I'm driving horrendously. Yeah, you can back right up to the bollard here, to right up against it like that, and that's probably the best place to offload to her. However, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, she is fairly close, so it's pretty quick offloading times. But the issue is that this particular area right here is, as you can see, very popular. There's a couple of silvers here, there's a couple of golds over here, so as you can see, there are a lot of people down here, and when there are a lot of people down here, it generally means that there are enforcers around who will witness you while you're offloading, so generally that's a bad idea. Now, if you want another option, obviously not double B in the middle here, she's pretty much impossible to offload her. See, here's an enforcer like not far away at all. Now, Strega Budrose up here is half decent. She's probably my my second choice if I had to make a choice, which I often do actually. But if I want to go and be stealthy about it, Strega is definitely one to go for. Strega and Seyoung are actually, or Suji, they're both in the same place, are fairly good people to go and fence with. But I'm going to show you where Strega is, and a lot of people like using Strega. She's right down here, and you can, whoa, a little bit of lag there, and you can back your van right up, wow, right up to here, and it will stop right there, and then you only have to go from here to here. So this one's pretty fast and fairly well hidden, but because there's a door there and a door, well, not a door, but a staircase right there, it's really bad for enforcer ambushes. If they know you've come in here, they will get you. So good, but also not so good. Now, oh, fuck's sake, I'm not used to having 30 FPS on this game. Anyway, if you want another one who's fairly decent, is Seyoung and Suji over here. I'm sure there's another one that's probably better, but of course these are the ones I've got unlocked right now. So if there are better ones, then feel free to tell me, but I'm pretty sure that you're not going to get one better than Grace and Fell. So, where are they? They're over here. I've just gone completely the wrong side as well. So, Suji and Seyoung are in here, and this is another fairly stealthy one, and this is not a bad choice if you want to be offloading fairly stealthily. You can pull your van all the way around here, and you can either back it up there, which I wouldn't suggest, or if you're going to offload here, just bring it around this side so you can offload by this thing right here. And what you can actually do is just back it all the way around and park it up like, not like this, but right sort of there. So if any enforcer does come in, just sort of gives it a cursory glance, he won't think there's anyone there, and you can just grab your thing up here. But you do have to run all the way up these stairs and around and over to Seyoung right here. Suji, of course, is up there, so not really an option, but Seyoung is right there, so he's sort of a number 2. But yeah, in financial, definitely Grace and Fell. Grace and Fell is, whoa, okay, Grayson Fell is right here. That's him there. There's more fences all over the place. A couple there, but I don't know, and there as well, but I don't know who they are, so I can't say if they're any good or not. But that's Grayson Fell there. He's the best one down in the south. Yeah, there's over there. He's not too bad either. I haven't been to him for quite some time. I think he's right next to a door actually, so he might be good. Veronica Lee, most people say is good. I don't, for the reasons I've already told you. And Seyoung over here in the northwest, I think is probably the second best, not second best, sorry, third best after Strager. So Grayson Fell, Strager, and Seyoung. Veronica, I would avoid at all costs, frankly. So that is my my RAM raiding video. Those are my tips and tricks. I hope you've enjoyed it. And is there anything else that I need to add before we end? No. Oh yes, actually, there is one thing that you definitely do need to make sure you do if you're just going to be RAM raiding. If you want to up your standings, I'm not very high here. Obviously, I'm working on Tyrant Senate right now. You want to pledge to these people before you start RAM raiding. Actually, I'm in financial right now, so that wouldn't work. I'd want one of these two. But anyway, you want to pledge to them before you start RAM raiding, because every time you deliver something, you can see in the top right up here. You've now got your guy pledged. Every time you hand in an item, you will gain a tiny bit of experience with them. And it's not a lot, but every little helps. So if you're going to be RAM raiding, just make sure you pledge to a contact so you get added benefit. I mean, you make money, that's your main objective, but you also get a tiny bit of standing, and it all helps. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed my video on my tips on RAM raiding, and I'm going to sign out. So 10-4, you're slower. Whereas when I'm unburdened, I can sprint like this. And then, of course, there are large items which will slow you down immensely. In fact, can I walk? Yeah, it would be even slower than this. Not a lot slower, but a little bit slower. And those are the largest items which use up 5 of these slots when you put them into your van. So you can only put 5 of them in. So 5 times 5, obviously 25. So you want to stick to... Well, you don't want to be going for the big items, and I'll tell you why. Because they slow you down, and they take up so much space in your van. Really, what you're only going for is the medium and small size items. The reason why is because not only do they not slow you down as much when you're loading up your van, so you can get away quicker, but also because there are more of them when you smash into things to get your stuff out. In fact, you'll see that in a minute. That, in fact, over there, right there, is a RAM raiding target. So I will be RAM raiding that in a moment. You want the medium and small items because they are faster, and because actually overall you can have 2 medium items for every 1 large item you can have, and the large item gives you, I think it's 70. No, the medium item gives you 75, and the large item gives you 125, I think. Which means that if you do the math there, 2 of the medium items will give you 150. So actually, you get 25 more on medium items than you do on 1 large item, plus 1 extra slot. So overall, you'll get far more for your money by going for only medium items. Now then, right, I had to change servers there, because while I would love to show you what filthy stealing pricks enforcers are, that's not really the propaganda, which will allow you to carry an extra 3 slots worth. In the top right hand corner you can see there's a 0/25 underneath the steering wheel there, and that's how much stuff you can put into your van. Now, there are 3 kinds of items. There are small items, medium items, and big items. Small items require no space in your vehicle. They are on your person. In fact, if I get out right here, you can see somewhere... Okay, you can't see, but underneath where my gun is, if I was carrying something, there would be a little 1 there. And you can carry 50 small items at any one time. You can put 25 medium items into your van, which are basically 2 slots. Each medium item is 2 slots, and if you're carrying it when you're outside of the van, like if I was out of the van and I had a 2-slot item, I would be moving slightly slower. I'd probably be moving about this kind of speed, maybe slightly. Hey there, and welcome to APB Reloaded. This is my current favourite waste of time. Whenever I'm not doing something else and I have time to burn, I just nip on here for a spot of bad guy shooting. So, as you can probably tell if you're acquainted with APB, I'm actually a criminal, but dressed as police because, you know, if you can't beat them, join them, right? So, I was watching a few videos on YouTube, and I found a video on how to make money quickly as a criminal, and it was about ram raiding, and I disagree with it in pretty much every way. So I thought what I would do is I would do my own ram raiding tutorial, I guess, on how I do things. So the first thing that you'll need is, well, I say need, you don't necessarily need, but it's sometimes preferable, is to have a low population server. This is not a low population server, this is a sort of half populated server. There's about 30 something people here. In fact, I can check right now. I have 30 enforcers and 37 criminals, so not exactly an unpopulated server, considering the most you can have on a server at one time is 45 of each. So yeah, not exactly unpopulated, but sometimes that can work in your favour. I mean, if you're ram raiding in the middle of the day, a mid-range server is probably what you're looking for. You'll also need a van. This is, I suppose, a van, but this is not what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using this van, my Domino's Pizza delivery truck, because I deliver. You see, I can be clever like that. So anyway, this is basically the only vehicle you ever want for ram raiding. This is a standard version. It has no upgrade slots. You can put in a cargo